What's up, everybody? Ballard here, checking in. Christian Ballard, sports journalist at Ballard Sports Media. Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Love and appreciate you guys. Let's keep growing the channel. I'm trying to get back, trying to get motivated to actually record videos, not just with my phone, but like actually go through it and maybe sit down like this and um, record on StreamYard and stuff. I know we've been doing a lot of team previews lately, usually on the live streams, but I figured I'd actually get back to, and we'll still do that, but I kind of want to get back to like actually breaking these down by myself a little bit and going into some of these teams. And why not start fresh or get back on track with a fresh start here this week with Missouri for 2026. We go to the SEC. Missouri is not so much. I use the term a lot, mystery team. You never know what they're going to do. I don't think that's Missouri. I think we know what they're going to do. I think the question is how many wins are they going to get? They're going to go above 500 this year. Me personally, and we'll look at the schedule and kind of get a better feel for it. Just going into it, I just want to say that I don't expect too much from Missouri. I don't think there's a hot seat for Drinkwitz. I think he has taken this program to heights that they've wanted to reach for about the last decade. Barry Odom had some good seasons, but it just wasn't going to cut it. You have to go back 12 years, maybe the last time they made an SEC title game. They've made it before. They've never actually won it. Um, I think they played Auburn in 2013, the year of the kick six and all that. And then I want to say the year after they played Alabama in 2014. Is that who we played that year? Or was it like Carolina or something? Anyway, back when we had divisions and all that. So, Missouri, pretty good program. They got a good record all time. They've had their history. They've never made, that I know of, a national championship game. Definitely have not made the college football playoff. But for like the first month of the season or so, like they always get off to a pretty interesting start, and they're talked about, and they'll get in the top 25 somewhere between 20 and 25. But and then they hit a roadblock on the road, and they hit one of the upper teams. Maybe it's Bama, maybe it's Georgia. It could be teams like Texas A&M or whoever in the SEC. They always hit that big juggernaut, right? And it knocks them down, and then it's hard to get back up. Not that they lose every week after that, but you'll start to see decline. So I haven't even looked at their schedule. I got it pulled up. We're gonna go ahead and throw it up on the screen. But I'm kind of reacting to this just like you guys are. Um, you know, let's just throw it up here. So we'll scroll back up to the top. Couple cupcakes here or there. UAPB, I guess that's Arkansas Pine Bluff. The Golden Lions is a Thursday opener to get things started at 8 o'clock Eastern on SEC Network. I will be watching games like that. It depends on what other games are on, but I'd watch it just for the fact that it's an SEC team. But I mean, that's a game they should win 100-0. The border showdown. Remember, Missouri used to be in the Big 12 before they joined in 2014, 2013, in the SEC. This is a big rivalry here with Kansas. I believe they played last year. Because I know I previewed Missouri last year. We looked at their schedule, but I think they played each other last year, and it was like their first meeting in since the split. Yeah, it was at Missouri last year, and it was 42-31. Kansas taking the loss before their bye week. So, and Kansas 5-7 last year. We'll talk about them in some other video, but Personally, I think Kansas might be a little bit improved. We'll see. I got to see it, but we're not here to talk so much about Kansas as we are Missouri. But that'll be a fun game to watch. That's always really good when those two teams get together. Um, they have Troy. They go to Mississippi State. Homecoming against Florida. Texas A&M at Ole Miss. They get a bye week. Arkansas on the road. Texas at home. Georgia on the road in Athens. Kentucky and then Oklahoma. That's a fair schedule to have the last two games at home after playing Texas at home and then going to Georgia. You could end this on a good note here. I mean, I'm high on Oklahoma this year. I don't think you win that game, but having it at home on November 28th, geez, that's got, oh my God, dude. You couldn't ask for a better setup of a schedule, man. There's not like back to back road games or nothing. It's like, it just sets up perfectly, too. Another thing about Missouri before we like make a prediction and stuff, I do want to say I was kind of looking, and I know I don't really get into it too much um, in these preview videos. I mean, maybe every once in a while if it's a big transfer or something. But I will say I was kind of curious because they've utilized the portal and everything quite a bit the last few seasons, and they have hit it hard this offseason. Malik Bryant is an edge from Miami. Bobby Washington, a linebacker from Miami. Caden Lee, a wide receiver from Ole Miss. Zach Owens, interior offensive lineman from Mississippi State. Um, a lot of SEC transfers coming from like Ole Miss, Mississippi State, um, to Missouri. And there's a lot of guys coming just in general over to Missouri. They got a guy from Houston and Caven Tolley, who's an edge. Florida State kicker Bruno Reyes. However you say that. I'm sorry if I butchered that. Uh, and they got some G5 guys. They got a guy from the Big 12 in Cincinnati. Caleb Goody is a wide receiver. They got a running back, Malay Fonati from Montana. Um, a defensive lineman, Donta Simpson from Miami. I mean, I could keep going. They did bring in a quarterback, Nick Evers or Ewers. Spelling, man, it messes me up sometimes. Anyway, he's from UConn. He comes over from UConn. Robert Woodyard comes over from Auburn, along with Kinsley Ludor Foston is a corner. I could go down the list. They've loaded mostly on defense. Um, got a guy even from Oregon. So here's the thing. Austin Simmons, by the way, comes in. They have 30 guys coming in. That's awesome. 26 going out, though. That does kind of cut your depth a little bit, but you make up for it in the portal. Like what they lose, if they lose a corner, they get a corner. They lose a lineman on defense or offense, they go get a lineman, right? That's just how it is for really almost any team. But I mean, they lost their edge to Miami, Damon Wilson. They lost Moses Phillips, the safety, to Oklahoma State. Marvin Burks, a safety, to Wisconsin. Nate Johnson, an edge, to Auburn. Who else? A running back to UTEP and Tavares Jones. Colorado got an offensive tackle. Kansas got an offensive tackle. They lost a lot on the O line too. And then Bo Pribula went to Virginia. So he left. He was their main guy last year. Now I don't know what led to his transfer. I didn't watch Missouri the back half of the season. Was he benched or something? I don't know. But I personally would say that Simmons from Ole Miss is a step up over Pribula. They're both pretty decent, pretty good. Obviously, Trinidad Chambliss is at Ole Miss. He's had a little bit of drama this offseason with the eligibility and all that. Different time to talk about that, but I think Missouri's in a good spot, good situation. with their roster. They lose quite a bit, but they also bring in a lot more, I feel like, is what I'm seeing. So, that being said, get back to the schedule here. Um, where were we? I don't know. Just kind of looking at it. UAPB, Pine Bluff, Kansas on the road, Troy at home, at Mississippi State, Florida A&M at home, uh, at Ole Miss, bye week on the 24th, at Arkansas, Texas, at Georgia, Kentucky, and then Oklahoma. Like I said, sets up pretty fair, pretty nicely too. You get that bye week between road trips with Ole Miss and then Arkansas, which is a big rivalry there. Is that is that the battle line? Anyway, and then you got the border showdown to open the season, or you have it on a Friday night at least in week 2. But overall, it's a fair schedule. I just I would hope I like Eli Drinkwitz and I like it's teams like Missouri and the SEC. Nobody really ever hates them. I don't think. Um, even for me, like I just can't help but pull for them. Um, you hope they have great success. I I feel like this is a team based on recent years. They should be able to hit 10 wins and maybe push for the playoff. Maybe that sounds a little crazy to say, but I mean, it wasn't but a couple years ago. They were in contention before we got rid of divisions. I mean, they were in contention a couple years in a row um, for the SEC East alongside Georgia. But anyways, I just Eli Drinkwitz is doing a hell of a job, and I give him props. I give him credit where it's due. Prediction wise, and I'm not picking specific losses. I would probably I could see 8 wins at most. My gut feeling says they're going to end up 7-5. I'm sorry. Bear with me, Mizzou fans. Not 5-7. Flip it around 7-5. That being said, I'm not really picking specific losses, like I said, but I mean I don't think they're better than the A&M, the Ole Miss, the Texas, the Georgia, and even the Oklahoma. I know that's 5 specific games right there. I guess I pretty much gave it to you that way, but I don't know. If you look at those games, what's most likely to win? That's really a good question. Is it A&M at home, or do you take Ole Miss on the road? Um, Is it Texas at home or Georgia on the road? Probably not Georgia. I feel like that Georgia game on the road, even though they have played Georgia kind of close once or twice, but I don't know, man, that'd be a blowout. Texas at home might be a fun one because as high as I am on Texas, um, again, it is tough on the road in the SEC, and I don't know. I'm really high on Sark, Arch Manning, Texas, all those guys, right? They got a lot coming back. I did not say I like them to make the playoffs. They might even push for an ACC title. I am not picking them undefeated. Could that be a big upset that weekend on November 7th? Um, it could be. It absolutely could be. But we'll see. I don't think they lose to Kentucky. I talked about them last week. They're so bad. Arkansas, they're getting up there a little bit. They're improving slowly but surely, and that's a rivalry game, so you never count that out. But y'all let me know. So let me know your thoughts on Missouri in the comments section. Give me a record prediction, stuff like that. But then let me know about some of these SEC games. What are the ones that you just look at and say, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. Anyway, I'm gonna go 7-5 for Missouri. Love and appreciate you guys for hanging out and tuning in today. Jesus loves you. I love you. God bless. Roll Tide. And we'll see you next time here on the Christian Ballard Show and Ballard Sports Media. Love y'all.